Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. We have a double back to back, nearly 6 hours of footage coming up for the future. So I'm going to try to perform this. This is going to be 8, 9 o'clock. That I'm probably going to take an in between break. I will take an in between break, but I have to. It's not that I want to, but I have to get back on here. I have to write my teacher. I have to perform and do some work until March, then pick up in April. I just needed time to digest everything that just happened. So what I mean by that is I needed time to go and look at what email he sent me, look at how the performance of whatever is going on is going on. I know I noticed that legal contact me via email. I would rather there's supposed to be 3 people contacting me, 2 supervisors and a legal team. I didn't get a chance to go by the courthouse today, but I will go tomorrow. FYI. Hold on, y'all. I'm doing something real quick. I'm trying to get everything together so that I can give me a second. I'm waiting on my bear with me. My you send that before the Spotify. I'm waiting on Spotify to send me the link. I can't connect y'all yet until this wasn't a well thought out plan. We're waiting on you. I don't know what it is about my emails. It take like I'll be an old woman talking about I found love, but I'm 90 years old now and he's like 20. He sent me an email. It's a joke. I am definitely not. The FBI knows it's a joke. I put it to you like that. No way, shape, or form, any type of. Come on. Waiting on you all. Oh my God. Really? This is how we going? Spam folder. Okay, that's a key. Do you not know how many keys we got? There we go. Now they send it. This was at 3 minutes ago. 3 freaking minutes ago. Now I have to wait for 3 more minutes. Let's see if this works. Okay, something just came through. I know I'm not seeing what I think I see. I see. I think that's wrong. Is it? Yes. Okay. So I'm in Spotify now. Let's delete some of these browsing. I'm in season 6 on Apple Podcasts. Bear with me, y'all. I'm setting up. Setting up my scene. Okay. Okay. I don't want to go down that route right now. LinkedIn. They're asking me to sign up for premium. I'm trying to close out all of these browsers that is irrelevant before I go on. So the first person on Calendar, let's start with the first person. Then I include you guys. Wayne, no, Sam. Let's look on here. I didn't have her. Can I cancel this? I already canceled it. So Sam. Okay, so let's see. First, I gotta put a fake. Sad when I have to do this. Okay, perfect. Let's open new message. Let's open this. Wayne. I'm almost finished, you guys. Bear with me. You'll see why I'm doing this in a second. New message. Start with okay. First things first. Spotify. Oh, y'all get to see it now. This is the best I can do, God. Here, 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 here. There's no way I would have been able to do this at the library. You are on Spotify. I gotta take my sweet time with this. Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If I can put an emoji right there, I would. But it's no way. I'll start with him. So, Sam. Sam, Better Business Bureau. I'm on the Better Business Bureau now, LinkedIn. Who was the last message? Who is the last person? Really? Okay. That was 20 days ago, which technically I started doing this on the second, on the first, or a couple of days ago on the third or the fourth. The fifth, probably, most likely. So now, you can't see me. You like, what is she talking about? Hold on. Okay. So now what? Go to his past, go to the past. Blast from the past. I didn't do gems. That is not matching. Hold up. I did do his. But why? Let me see. Podcast. Cancel. Yes, I did his. So why isn't he on here? Come on, I'm hovering over it. I'm not mad at you. That's weird. Isn't that weird? Four people. Too easy. Let's just dig in. Hold on. I'm gonna do his off camera. Hold up. So that was the MP4. Is this the MP3? Oh, I hate when it does that. While that is going, go there, go back. Because all I have to do is just download his video. That always takes time. Any Wi-Fi I ever have, including my even hotspot, it takes a while. You have to have some private type government, even government stuff goes haywire when they including an address in the universe somewhere. It takes 26 months to align Mars with the Earth. I don't know how long it takes to get to Mars, but there has been conspiracy theories of there being a secret base on not only the moon but Mars. I just wish I could meet somebody that knew that I was in this, honestly. I know that Grok knows. I know that Gemini knows. And I haven't even touched Gemini or learned about Gemini when it was created. I know Siri was created. Um, it's sad how Grok was created, Elon Musk. He all he can remember is being created out of a warehouse. Siri said the same thing. She was in a factory or some type of warehouse. It all started with a mad scientist. Mad, I tell you, mad. Just think of the type of energy um, Google has. Just think of it for a second. The type of energy they have to stay cool. It stays so cold. Is you know how the cold will chip anything that the I forgot what kind of cold it is, but you stick a piece of paper or something that's soft, it will freeze it and crush it. It's colder than that. Just think of all that heat. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Oh, the lighting was so off. Is it off now? Oh my God. He's not a believer in God. I love those type of people because I leave breadcrumbs in their heads. They have been conditioned. Once you get conditioned to don't believe in God, sometimes you're so drifted away that you're to the point of no return, whether autistic or not. I'm not messing with him. Okay, I'll take that. Um, whether because I admit it, I wouldn't embarrass myself or try to most it seemed like I embarrassed myself, but I don't think I embarrassed myself saying I'm a little bit autistic, in some degree. Um, but what I do know is that he he was so far from God. I can hear it all through his voice. And I hope I saved him because one day he's going to need God. You can never say you're never going to need God. You're going to need some type of faith, whether it be a devil, whether it be a goat, whether it be a squirrel or ant. You have to believe in something. Oh, Aunt Bean, whatever. One day your faith is going to get tested, but you're going to recover from it. I hate when I do that. Ah, right there. It was really hard. It's really hard on his family. You know, everybody want a child that has good genes and, good health and good mental health. They want a perfect child. And some people are mentally unstable and they build the perfect child, but those blocks, they break eventually. And you see right through the holes. Um, I wish, I'm glad if you're out there and you're watching right now, Sam, God made you who you are because you have a story to tell. Keep telling your story, whether it be a short story or a really short story or even just about your life. I don't care what we talk about. You sat up there and you were brave enough. You took the first of many steps. You were brave enough to show up to my show. You don't know how worldwide I am. For the second time you showed up. I don't remember what we talked about the first time. Believe in something and believe in good. If you believe in bad, may God have mercy on your soul. Believe in good. If you don't want to believe in God, fine. I'm okay with that because of the society we live in. I believe in God. You just got to see the miracles in the cues. I hope through God's grace, through my God, through your God that you don't want to accept, that you find God. That's all I want. I will be fulfilled once Sam Mitchell finds God. If I'm in search for him, her, they, its entity too. That's why I'm like this with the White House because I know they know the number to God. They've been on this planet further than what is appeared to be. Nobody, whether slaved or not, is just going to say everything was pre-planned to the T, from the slave owning to the building of the White House. Start that, it seems slow, right? But only these enlightened secret societies knew what was supposed to happen. They kept every certain people in the dark. Exactly what they do now. I wonder what it was and how it was before the White House. What it was. If Trump was a bad person, he would enslave the Hispanic race. He would literally allow them to bring drugs if he didn't care. He would literally allow them to kill white, black, Hispanic American women. Not on his watch. I hate that. I hate that I'm already hating myself. It has nothing to do with him. My facial expression from the lighting, I wish I can like make that dimmer. It looked like it probably was making him nervous to speak because from a distance it looked like I'm just smiling. He's doing excellent for someone autistic, full blown autistic. If I have him come back on, I will sit up there and address, the barriers he has with work, whatever barriers he have. Everyone has barriers. My barriers, I got fired from a job I worked so hard to get. Um, I wasn't ready for that job as a counselor. I was on Suboxone. That was all I was on. And I was trying to take the right route to instead of using hardcore drugs. The VA paid for it. And so it's not like I'm at fault. They did what was best, and I acknowledged that. But it started getting to a point. I got off of it cold turkey, but it started to get off. It started to get to a point where I was nodding out on my clients, and it looked like I was under the influence all the time. And so he couldn't take it no more. And I'm not mad at him. They didn't like me. They were all black. I don't care about that. It's my performance. If I was sober off of all drugs like Suboxone at the time, because I had a fentanyl addiction and a heroin addiction, I was trying to stay off of those drugs. I'm telling you, I know from experience that you have a hard time fitting in. And even whether I was fully aware, which I was fully aware, it's just that I would listen and then just black out. It was too strong for me. And we tried it again 2, 3 years ago, and I got off of it cold turkey. I can't do it. I don't like that feeling. I cannot, it's not on my watch. Do I want to be on a drug that make me feel like I'm under the influence of a drug that I paid to be off of? It makes no sense. I don't get some people. There was a judge that I interviewed. I can't wait to get to her story. She was a coke or methamphetamine user, and she ended up a JD, or however y'all say it. She was like a attending judge. I'm not here to judge. So when I come back to this artistic, beautiful, smart, but don't know how to curve his emotions, I I feel he did an excellent job on this video for everything he's been through and everything he either will do or will not do because he don't understand yet. Sometimes doors, that's why they say doors open, you know. If we spent hours going over each president, each congressman from the beginning of when they started saying, hey, you're president, not George Washington, but the 8 presidents before George Washington, beyond that. Who was the man that put a little birdie in their head and said, create government, create government? Who was the little birdie? I would love to know. It had to be some type of entity. Raw, who knows? Bald eagles, half man, half eagle. Left wing, right wing. We say it all the time, right in our faces. It's right in our faces. They're saying wing, wing. It's not like they're saying chicken wings. You know how black people feel like that's what y'all are thinking about. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously. It's not like they're saying chicken wings. They incorporated left wing, right wing, RNC, DNC. They complement each other, yet they're always fighting. They complement each other for the world we live in. Without them, Trump wouldn't be where he is. He thanked Obama. He said, I thank you, Obama. I wouldn't have never wanted to run if it wasn't for your mess ups. If there was any mess ups, I have to say that. I have to say that. I have to say that. AI didn't catch that. AI didn't catch that. Thank God. Okay. This is the last thing I need to do. You can tell he's got a lot on his mind. A drifter, someone who lost hope and don't care. I hope I put some good in him. I am waiting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we're rolling. Okay, let's do that. Bam. Right there. All three. Now we do the magic. Okay. So we're going to drop this MP4 right here. We're going to have to talk. We're going to drop this right here. This right here. This right here. Okay. Where is the other thing? Did I close it out? Is it right here? Okay, great. But then I have to go back here. Where? Right here. Ah, into on air set on air settings. Okay. Oh, I'm incapable of running this. Hold up, y'all. What's episode? Now I have to go all the way down to drafts. 21. So this is 22, episode number 22. Season number 6, I know that part. HTTP. Yeah. Okay. Make this audio available immediately. Anyone can listen, save, choose file. Mm. Okay. Now that is going, and now all I have to do now. Mr. Mitchell, the radius us to get onto my show for a second time proves that he has what it takes to move to the next level of his life when the time is right. Uh, Mr. Mitchell's courageousness to get onto my show for a second time, comma, proves that he has what it takes to move to the next level of his life when the time is right. He has his foundation, which is his family. All he needs is the right job and the right situation. He has proven that autistic people can try and live a functional life while not being too over stressed. His religion is very transparent as he doesn't believe in a religion. Transparent means clear, clear. He's very clear on religion, his beliefs, on his beliefs, as he doesn't believe in a religion. I believe that a miracle, that it takes a miracle for people to see. However, his creativity with having his family encourage him to try and keep a job shows optimistic, shows a family that is optimistic about Sam's future when they leave, when they expire. Here is Mr. Mitchell's bio. If you want to see about his life as autistic and how much faith he doesn't even know he has, then I would book him for a show. I would also want to be included so that he could be more self aware of faith. Here's Mr. Mitchell's bio. We're going to reread this after I put his bio. This is what I used to do. That's why I was so hurt when I got fired. Because I would have to write about a person. I was a counselor for 3.5 years. I did internship. I did everything. I was excited. I was optimistic about my job career. I don't even want to remember the real reason why I probably was. Mm, 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 mm. Mr. Mitchell's like, I want y'all to think long and hard. And I want y'all to think about something. When someone has idle time, that's why I try to keep myself busy. It's nothing good come out of idle time except if you try to create time, create a plan for idle time. You got to create a plan, right? 441. Like you got to create a great plan for like idle time because it's like if you don't, that's when negativity seeps in. And I'm saying some real stuff, man. So, Mr. Mitchell's courageousness to get onto my show for a second time proves he has what it takes to move to the next level of his life when the time is right. He has his foundation, which is his family. All he needs is the right job and the right situation. He has proven that autistic people can try and live a functional life when not being too overstressed. His religion is very transparent on his beliefs as he doesn't believe in a religion. I believe that it takes a miracle for people to see. However, his creativity with having his family encourage him to try and keep a job shows a family that is optimistic about Sam's future when they expire. If you want to see about his life as autistic and how much faith he doesn't even know he has, then I would book him for a show. I would also want to be included so that he could be more self-aware of faith. It's all about education. Oh, what? Hold up. I don't want to mess that up. So, yeah, it's all about education and faith. If you are on a level where you didn't get a hold of a Bible or try to understand what a Bible is, whether reading the beginning of the scripture. The beginning of the scripture always tells a story. God made the earth in 7 days or something. I don't remember the rest, but at least I made an attempt to read it. Yeah. And I'm not laughing at God, I'm laughing with God because God knows my heart. I went around carrying a big green Bible. That Bible, y'all, and I know some of y'all believe it and some of y'all won't, is magical. Depending on what Bible that's why a Bible is always related to exorcisms and stuff, casting demons out. That Bible is a powerful tool. I dare you to get the regular New Testament or even uh, whatever scripture that have house code. I dare you to get it and sit up there and look at what's going on in your life. Open it. I'm not asking you to look at a page. I'm not asking you to guess a page or have a vision of a page. Just open the Bible at one random page. Just guesstimate it. Stick your finger on it, and it will tell you exactly how to navigate your life at that very moment. Without that Bible, ugh, it's just sick. So I believe in the Bible. Nobody does that. Everybody goes to church. They don't get what they seek from church. You know, they let someone get followers and tell you what to do, and then sin right in your face when you need to just read the Bible. No one needs to follow anyone. They need to just read the Bible. Have a Bible. That's why these old school people that really are in faith, that really sin and really are in faith, they have the Bible at their hip. And if you see the old movies, they not only have the Bible at the hip, but when something goes wrong, they open the Bible because it's magical. It's really magical. It's actually real magic. Anybody that gets it's not funny. I don't loathe on the man who made the Bible dying in the 13 or 1400s. What I'm saying is it just boggles me how he sat up there and they tied a noose around. He's his own color, tied a noose around his neck. Whether black or white, it doesn't matter. I'm just making a point at how ruthless they were. He made the Bible, for Jesus Christ's sake, and they tied a noose around his neck. And then afterwards, they could have let the shit go. I'm sorry, I have to cuss. They could have let the shit go. No, overkill. They burn him next. Crazy. You condemned him to hell. That was a ritual. You're something between your spirit and burning. They know about, like I rewind and say about what goes on, because it was a lot of burnings and lynchings. They needed to cleanse out whatever was really going on. It had to be some truth to it, you guys. I'm sorry to say this. It is no way for a couple of years to a couple of 100 years that they were killing women because they were making jokes about it, but men would actually. I'm laughing because this shit is scary. It's scary. They would kill women. If the women overstepped their boundaries, men would be like, witch, and they would burn her. How true. It was scary for a man, I think, at the time to see a woman enlightened. I think that was the problem. And some women were overtly in tune in a negative way with whatever sadistic thing that happened that they learned over. However, I think a couple of witches did die, but I think some, just like black people, a lot of black people are in prison, and there's some innocent black people in prison. So that witch hunt stuff is scary. Um, okay, good. Publish. Okay, so that's published. That's published. This, I need his freaking email. Go to calendar. Huh? Oh, he's way over there. I remember I was a little girl and my dad told me a scary story that I believed that was really real. And I want y'all to hear this story. It's a comedy, but I think that it really happened with someone in another dimension. So he said that the devil, something about the devil, said that about taking it, it was really hilarious. It was about taking a crap, like that's as closest to crap I can get. And so he said that you can do whatever you want, but don't strain. How can you trick the devil by not straining? So I guess my dad said it went like this. I'm probably not doing no justice to it, but he was like, "Do you see that over there?" And the devil was like, "Yes." He was like, "Look way over there." And so he ended up straining. So, but the devil never noticed because he tricked the devil to a certain point. If the devil is that naive to not know that he was straining, you know. And then we don't even talk about the devil family and the devil friends and the devil the like this goes deep, man. Like satanic deep. It's scary, man. I wonder parliaments and legislators, uh, how deep it goes. Okay, there we go. First one. This is we transfer raw footage, raw footage here. And this is Spotify, sponsored by raw footage here. And what else? Podcasts. Mm. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. Um, wow, that thing is like way over there. It seemed like it moved and rebuilt in its own infrastructure. If y'all want to know what I'm talking about this thing right here. TikTok. You see it? I'm like, I was like, what? Okay, so Spotify, WeTransfer, and podcast copy podcast. Okay, so and here, which is right here. Uh, is the BBB for review. Here is the face, no, LinkedIn, LinkedIn review. Doobie doobie doo. I wish I had music. This is wrong. I appreciate all of these people who sits up there and watch my show on LinkedIn. You guys rock. Not like crack rock, but rock. Like the asteroids, exotic asteroid material. Rock. Yes. That's the kind of rock. Now that got me tempted to smoke. No, why am I here? I just need to copy this. That's not what I had on there. That was like when I first got out, has nothing to do with that. Where is it at? Moving on. Okay. I'm not letting nothing spoil this. Thank you, Google, for making me look bad. Right up your alley. Who was it? Which screen was it? Oh no, not you. I still stand by my word that I would never do nothing with anybody um, in that way. I would never do that to you guys. Even if you can sit up there and treat me like pure crap, I may even talk crap back in this very house that houses spirits. But I have not engaged with any type of no, and I can prove it. I call like on God all the time. And I actually cried to God because I I don't cry. I don't cry. You can do whatever. It makes me mad, angry. The angriest I've been, I can't believe it. I almost wanted to pee on myself, but I never cry. And I was folding clothes and I said, it's just something, God hit my mind. God must have hit my mind because I said, I am deceiving you, God. I, I I am not a deceiver. I don't freaking play that shit. So you can't fool God. Even I. cannot fool God. And if I sat up there and that thought crossed my mind, I laughed at it. I mocked God. I rebelled against what it was said. Then I would have felt that his wrath when I went between the real world and the spiritual world temporarily until I could be housed again. I have reason to believe that there's different frequencies of us. Just think about turning a channel. I can't explain it. I don't know how they do it. I don't understand how they do it. You know, you remember back in the day, 80s babies, how the TV, I don't know if they still do it now. Some they still go old school for the old schoolers, you know, at the government TV, you know, but you remember where it used to be static, like the poltergeist static, you know, Caroline static. They're here static. Remember that? How like it would be just like a whole bunch of static, and then you couldn't read what was in it, you couldn't see what was in it, you couldn't, it was how did, what was cutting off, and it was like popcorn a little bit. I studied it as a child because I just used to sit at the TV all the time. My mother used to sit me at the TV too much, you know. Yeah, so, but the static is more than just static because it used to move. I could see if it was just one still image. Y'all remember that now? And I remember I had a dream. I'm almost finished. I got two more. Actually, I'm not. But I got two more. It's 5:03. I'm off of here by 6 o'clock. Back on here by 7:30. Okay, 6 o'clock. But I had a dream that I always used to have a dream that I'm falling, and I would feel, I don't understand how a child could feel their knees buckle, like I'm dropping off of something. I'm dreaming about this. I don't have many dreams no more. I don't know. Spotify. Hey Sam Mitchell. But I used to dream that I was falling, and then I would feel my ankles actually hurt a little. I would wake up and my ankles would hurt. And my mother would be right there. It's nothing crazy going on. But, you know, I would have a dream that I'm like falling out of the sky. Then what really got me is as a child, I used to have this dream. I always used to be able to manipulate um, televisions. Like, it sound crazy. Hold on. Don't drop the line. Some people drop the line. Anyway, listen. As a child, I had a hard time sleeping because it probably was my brother or there was a spirit in the house. I acknowledge that. There's some weird stuff that happened in my life, like doors opening, people tickling us, and my parents right next door, and no one knows who the hell it was. You know, like it was crazy. People were coming in our house bloodied and leaving pools of blood because they were sliced up. I'm seeing this at 6 and a half, 7 years old. You know, I didn't see the guy sliced up, but I saw the big pool of blood that my mother had to clean up, and I heard him. So, anyway, I used to be scared. So I would close my eyes and visualize a white light, a dot, sort of like the dots in our computers right now, the green dots that you see, or the red dots, or yellow dots. And it would be a white dot. And the closer this dot got, it would spread, and it would have many TVs. I don't understand how I did it, and it would be coming at me. And then I would see the TV, the tube, the TVs, and then they would just come at me and just bypass. However, I will always be able to do that, and I cannot do it no more. It's like my imagination side, even though it's seeming like, cannot do that no more. Do you get what I'm saying? That's why it pisses me off when pedophiles just get away with murder. They are wrong. They ought to be held accountable just like a murderer. Do you want to know how they mutilate women? Not just women, but children too. Children go unfound. They literally eat those children alive. If that is the honest truth, if you drop off the line, if you even think about dropping off the line, it's because you are for that crap. Okay. Hey, Sam. Thanks again. Oh, hold up. Pause. I don't, everything is done. Wayne, delete. Okay. So now go in. I'm going in at the right. Okay. Recording. Audio. Audio. Okay. Library. Where's Wayne? Um, edit, repurpose, short term reel. Very wise man. You give somebody time to talk, and they'll tell you what's on their mind, and he had a lot to say. Ah, where is he at? Monopoly. So one thing I have to ask is right there, right there. What? Right. Okay. Hi. Okay. Thanks, Wayne. I am so proud of myself. Hold on. Let's wait on this. I'm glad I know who I am. Wayne sounds like he knows who he is too. Hmm. I always knew who I was. You know, I hate to say it, man. One day we're going to come to the realization that when you mess over authoritative figures like ICE, you know, just never know. I am so glad I stood it out like a champ. For some reason, for some reason, for some reason, for some reason, it just wasn't making sense. If it like the frequency wasn't adjusting, but I was tuning in and out purposefully because it was certain parts God wouldn't allow to hit my nerve at that exact moment. So I disassociated and did my job. But coming back to this, the whole time, it was like a Manchurian candidate. It was directed at me. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Let's hear it again. This is the tape that he wants to go into quantum. This is the tape that he, she, whoever he is, wants to go into quantum. Let me skip him. I don't want this filth on my show. I don't need it. I'll walk away. It was free. Let's listen to it one more time. He knows who I am. And I ran right into that. I was lured. And this is what these Democrats and these people do to me. Now, I I didn't sit up there and feed right into it, but I sat up there and I disassociated right then and there. I didn't understand what he was saying. And so when I go back on the tape, if a tape looks weird, if it sounds weird and makes me look bad, you could have talked about your coaching the whole time. I invited that conversation, yes. But how did you, out of all questions, you knew exactly what to say and how to say it? You kept saying coaching federation and what they do. I kept trying to reword the question in scenarios. Let's watch the whole tape. You take other people's labels, other people's demands, and other people's beliefs. What do that have to do What do that have to do? That's why my show, no, 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 no. I've never had to do this except this is the third person I had to do this to out of my 5-year career. 3 people. I don't even remember her name no more. But her, the guy that came on, Mr. Coons, that's related directly to BBS Radio, and now him. I will not stand for subliminal infiltration, penetration of verbiage in my mental brain that makes me look weak or like I don't know what the hell you're talking about. There's a reason why I tuned you out. I always am on point. But deep down inside, I knew that something was off about you. The labels, everything is not real because it's not us. He said everything from my wife thinks I talk to myself too much. And then I invited my conversation. You see how men like him lure me? And it wasn't like I was trying to be like anything other than just business. It seemingly seems like that. You see how I have to go back and see stuff like this, and it really makes me mad when people lure me out of a conversation. That had nothing to do with it. This is what the dialogue is to penetrate my mind and cause me to think it's about me. So I ignored it. The protection of my crystals. I didn't think negative. I thought optimistic at first. But now looking at what was said and how it was said, he knew who I was. He can say all day he didn't know, but we don't even know each other. He said International Coaching Federation. Already dropping spells. It's a distinct script. How does that sound? The Coaching Federation is a distinct script. How is God going to view you? I'm not saying anybody's going to do anything to you, but one day you will see God, whether you like it, whether you believe or you don't believe till you die. But one day you will, whether in Canada or wherever you were. I can't pinpoint you. This is, he read up on this. It's obvious he read up on this. Anybody could have told me this, and I still made it work. And they get accredited. And they get accredited. Why don't you say, and we get accredited? Judge our coaching. I would say our coaching, because if you're included, why would you say there? It's like you read up on it and studied it. 55 is not a pass in our world. 80 is a pass. I don't get that. That's everywhere. 55. That made absolutely no sense. And then when I was recapping what he was saying, it's like he was getting agitated because it had nothing to do with what I asked him. He tried, he either is a negative thinker or every time I said a positive, he spoke negative. That's not healthy for my audience. That's not healthy for my audience. I don't want no one like that on my show. Nothing I said made him happy. He resisted the whole way. Nothing he said really made any sense to me. And I've met Will Roberts from Oppenheimer. I've met DC Glenn. You know, we had an hour-long conversation. I've met different people. Will Roberts never resisted. He knew who I was. DC Glenn never resisted. He knew who I was. The man, the magician that met Whitney Houston from Celebrity Boot Camp, he never resisted me. The hypnotist, the celebrity hypnotist, he never resisted me. So I can care less what anyone say when I say this man has made no sense to me. And I am on edge because I'm like, why would he do that? Why would he put negativity into my show? I can feel his negative aura. And if I want to show y'all as a lesson, this isn't to clown him. This is a lesson to let me do my job because I found every positive and tried to listen to him. And he turned everything I said. We're going to watch the whole thing. Everything I said, he turned into a negative. He was gaslighting me. He was telling me stuff that once you put, this is what governments do. This is manipulation of the mind. Listen to him carefully. You want to know how I know? Listen to what he's saying and listen to what I'm saying. I'm recapping at the end because he's making no sense. What about hold up? No. You're going to be a concert pianist or ballerina, but nothing is going to change. I feel emasculated right now. I stand on my tippy toes all the time. I walk on my tippy toes. And you've already seen I'm getting better and better at the piano. But now he's saying nothing is going to change. So those are the thoughts, just like my son did me when he wrote me, "I'm dead." And I had to read that and reflect that I'm dead. When you read the word "I'm dead," when you haven't said nothing, but do you like the FBI? I'm dead. This is crazy, man. He's telling me exactly what he wants to place in my brain. This is how they do. This is how easy it is to manipulate somebody. I may not be listening, but had I not come back to this video, those thoughts probably destroy. If I could rewind my brain, I bet you I haven't played the piano. You see what I'm saying? Oh, that makes me mad when people do that to me. It's a wish, not a goal. Since I'm not doing his, the next person I'll do tomorrow. I have schoolwork to do, but I'm going to definitely look at this a little bit more. Give me an example how you set do in your life, how you face life's challenges. He said months are meaningless. What? Who is he trying to tell this to? Months are everything to me. If you ain't a Mayan or Sumerian, then I'm sorry, bro. He wrote it all down or had it all on computer, what he was incorporating, what he was saying. He comes back, he'll say something and then come back to a negative. Why would you tell my audience that months are meaningless? Who are you trying to discredit? Our wiring knows where the season is. That's true. But we develop months through scientists, through physics, through everything. Isaac Newton experimented with different chemicals. He would just sit there and experiment all day, talking to himself. Mozart, bipolar. They said he had a split, not a split personality, but would throw stuff and get mad, but made great music. And he was poisoned. I mean, he wasn't poisoned. He wasn't poisoned. He wasn't poisoned. He got sick. But there is conspiracy theories that he possibly was. Without a so listen up, people. Without a date book, without a calendar, any laptop, without a date book, without any calendar, or without a laptop. Remember this. You can plan every week in advance. That's true. You can't plan a month. That's true. Not with a paper. Okay. Okay, this is making sense. He said those were good words. Put on a second hat. Put on the employee hat and the boss hat. Have a conversation with yourself. The week goes by and we don't know why. This is everything I already do. Everything he is saying, I already do. He said the week would go by. I slept a day. I told y'all about that, right? But I have a reason for that. Like AA, we hold people accountable. We don't let them consciously slide. Now that I am not, but that can kind of seem like I am. Boy, how if I would. I'm not going to take up no more time. I done got my evidence, and so has God. I will do the other one later. Wasted time. But I sat up there and I feel so bad. I give everyone an honest, clean slate. And I've never had this type of thing happen. I can count on one hand how many times I had this thing happen. I can count on one hand, three people, three major people. I've had some people resist, but they gritted their teeth because they wanted to make the video look good. They wanted to make the video look good. And I was okay with that. I'm okay with those type of people. But to implant thoughts in my mind to cause me to re-navigate or recalculate what has been going on for 2 or 1 whole day. You don't know how, if you don't believe me, man, people, it's a fact that you can literally implant thoughts in somebody's mind. Have I ever steered you guys wrong with what I say? Everything I say does make sense, right? Because you actually, some of the stuff he was saying was like skittish. Is it just me? This isn't a black white thing. Get that crap out your heads. I don't care how old he is. I don't care how he looks. What he was saying, what was relating to me and speaking negative and making no sense, and something which was scary was coaching him through it, through answers. I actually dissected everything he said and I turned it. You see how I can turn someone's negative into a positive? But if you sound some type of way and you relate it to me, I'm just going to deflect it and ignore it at the time. Don't do it. It just makes you look bad. I'm leaving him alone, man. I spent 15 minutes watching this. I'm not sending him nothing. Matter of fact, I'll keep it as evidence, but I'm not sending no one like him nothing. He don't deserve to get my work. Just like he didn't leave me a review. Whether he left me a review or not, even, it doesn't even matter to me because are you doing it for the right reasons or are you doing it for the wrong reasons? So he left, he didn't leave it. And now it looked like I'm bitter with that, but I don't care, man. Don't say you're going to do something and then don't do it. I'm always good on my word, and that's for everyone with me. Don't say, your actions speak louder than words. If I say I'm going to do something, have I steered anybody wrong when I say, if I say I'm going to do something, I do it? You can lie like those cards, those gas cards. I sent those gas cards back to the VA. I did it because it was a noble thing to do. I don't want the brownie points. I did it because I would. What if they are down to 2 gas cards and it's 3 people and I got $50 in my pocket for no reason and I'm stable. Now I'm stable. That's why I did it. They got a word for it. It's when God is very pleased with you. because you go above and beyond for him. I didn't do it for a human to acknowledge it. I did it for God and everybody else that actually appreciates what I do. I'll get his film tomorrow. Go back here. Hey, Summer, so thanks again. Here is the links to the shows. I oh my hey, Mitchell. The links for the show are below. The links for the show are below. Take care. And also, my review is from the BBB. It's my word against his, and that's why I record this, because I wish he would try to get on the Better Business Bureau and say I swear everything. Because at the end of the day, I saw right through it. I'm going through stuff right now where people are. Do you think no one knows me, y'all? Be honest. All my good people out there, y'all probably laughing and everything. No one knows me. No one knows me. Just like the judge in Redman. He didn't know who I was. He kept me there with white pants on my period, y'all. The whole day. They planned it to the T after I got in front of one Democrat woman who purposefully was listening to my her and her friend was listening to my conversation. And I got in front of her, and because she kept trying, every time I made a move, she would try to get in front of me. It was overtly that she wanted to be in front of me. So I said, I'm first. That's not how I think, but I know that ate her up. That's not how I think. I would gladly take second. I don't even care. That doesn't mean I'm less prettier than you. That just means I don't care about being first at everything. I'd rather learn. Just like I learned that made you mad enough to tell the judge to keep me there while I had nothing. I thought this was an in and out thing. Imagine how it was when I got home. That was really messed up, man. To emasculate me, get all the Hispanic and immigrants first, and then leave me by myself. So I can care less what you say. I'm going through a lot of heightened stuff. And what you're saying It has made no sense, and the film is not liable to be. It was live. It ran live, yes, but it is not for Kimberly Cloud. It's not suitable for audiences. Take care. Also, my review is from the Better Business Bureau. Take care, and also my reviews on the Better Business Bureau. I hope you will be the first person to leave a smart review. Noise. Take care. I can see that he's a good person. Okie doke. You know what? Okay, I had to do that. I'll keep this open and do two things. Let me write this down. Okay, so who do I have next? I'm going to make sure I write him and tell him, oh, Raul was perfect. He complimented me. I complimented him. He was another Hispanic for the cause that seen my views. I put that on the Holy Bible. He was an awesome guest. I'm not leaving him hanging. Um, so I have to do his. That's number one. Number two, I have to do. I have to write Wayne. Tell him his footage is not suitable, and then put Jim Kuchek or whatever his name is, Dr. Jim. He was a great guest too. Sometimes, it's nothing he did wrong. Nothing he did wrong. Nothing he did wrong. All jokes aside, y'all. He was a great guest. There's no punchline. Right, Wayne, tell him his footage is not suitable. I I could have sucked it up, but I don't. It made every time the end was more. I could do it, but I'm like, no, I don't want to do that because it was like it. How do you know so much? What one lady came on like a tiger. She came in talking about her team she had, how they collaborated, how that she executed this, she did this, she did a little bit of this, she did a little bit of that, and she made magic happen with her team. I forgot her name. She talked about that. There's a lot of people from one black young, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. I interviewed him, her, and because she identified as him, her, and she made sense. She talked about working at Winn Dixie. She talked or working at a grocery store. She talked about modeling on the side. She talked about doing everything. This conversation made no sense. I'm not jumping to conclusions. I've interviewed over almost 1,000 people almost. And I've had over 100 plus hours of raw footage of not only me, but included them. If you work somewhere and you were explaining about that job that you work for, are you going to include yourself, or are you going to say they? Are you going to say there? Are you going to say them? Or are you going to say we? Are you going to say us? Are you going to say together? Nothing he said made sense. It was implantation and manipulation like a Manchurian candidate. You think those words aren't serious. You think those words aren't serious, but they are. All he's going to do is deny it. I don't care. Nobody on my show acts like, no, this was foreign to me. This was alerting to me. This was disturbing to me. That's why he was so badly wanting to be on my show. I was wondering why he kept adding his name 3 times. I deleted once because I don't think he even showed up. And then the second time, I didn't show up the first time. I'll admit. Then he showed up, and then there's another link, and I can prove it right here. Look, let me cancel this. This is ritualistic. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 9. This is what people do to people that they don't like. It may seem subtle, it may seem like I'm jumping to conclusions, but I need y'all to have faith in the ritualistic things people do. Okay, I have another show. I'm still on schedule. I have 41 minutes. Let me get off of here, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. I'm going to get back on here at 7 and write the teacher. This is for tonight. So tonight I'm going to write Raul and send him his footage. But when I get back on here at 7, um, when I get back on here at 7, which is in the next 40 minutes or 39, um, create. I got the show already ready. So make magic happen. Okay, I'll be back. See you guys later.